It's your girl, Tina Marie J, here for another video with you guys. So I just want to get straight into this video. But first, before I do that, of course, as always, make sure that if you want to support this channel, that you give me a nice big thumbs up. And if you're interested in subscribing, then hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you know anytime I upload a video, because literally, like, I upload whenever I want, pretty much, with my type of schedule. And make sure you look down below in the description box. I have B Souls merch for you guys now. So make sure you go and check out the B Souls merch store. You can find the link to that in the description box. Anyway, today I want to talk about this whole personal relationship with God thing, because the other day I was talking to a subscriber and we were talking about just the contradiction of the whole personal relationship. I have had so many thoughts about this whole personal relationship with God since before I left the ICOC. For those of you who don't know, ICOC is International Churches of Christ, that I used to be a part of. And when I was in that church, I used to wonder to myself, how is this personal? This is not all personal, because everyone knows my business. And if I don't want anyone to know my business, and they're not even asking me, they're practically forcing me to give my business. If I did not share my personal business, like whatever I was feeling or things pertaining to my personal life, like my marriage or my parenting, or just things with me in general as a person, as an individual, then I was called out on it, and they would say I was being prideful or I had lacked humility and all of that stuff. So nothing in the ICOC ever felt personal. But this is not just an ICOC issue. This is also something that happens in religion in general. I know that you guys have all heard people say, it's not about a religion, it's about a personal relationship with Christ, your Lord, the God. It really annoys me, and I hate to sound annoyed every time I make a video, but I mean, come on, look what I make videos about. I feel like it's just a load of crap, if I could be 1,000,000% honest with you guys. And excuse me if you hear noise in the background. I'm in mom mode right now, so I'm making dinner while also recording this video. The reason why I feel like it's a load of crap is because it's not personal. A personal relationship with God. If you're a Christian, please explain to me how it's personal. And I'm not saying this to be sarcastic. I genuinely want to know and understand what is a Christian's idea of personal relationship. Because if it's personal, then why do so many people have to be involved? Why are so many people inserting themselves into other people's affairs and other people's life and business if it's supposed to be a personal relationship with God? I have a feeling that I'm going to get some crap for this video. I know that some of you will understand and know what I'm trying to say. And you probably feel me on this because you probably thought about this yourself. It's not a personal relationship with God. First of all, it's a relationship with God and everyone in your church. I want to make sure I don't get anyone confused. I totally understand that when you are a part of a church or religion in general, you do have other people there who are supposed to be on your team. They're supposed to help you, to uplift you, to encourage you. I'm sorry, that's a trigger word, I know. They're supposed to be there to support you. And you can't do everything on your own. It's just like a friendship, a secular friendship. A real friend is not supposed to be all up in your business, but they are supposed to be able to support you and to help you when you need it. But it should be something that you should be able to choose, no? You should be able to say, okay, I want your assistance. I want your opinion. I want your input. Instead of, let me pull you to the side and talk to you about this real quick. I know that making this video isn't going to change anything. It's just something that I know a lot of people do think about. It's something I've always thought about, like I said before, since before I even left the church. And I personally don't like people in my business unless I share it. Like, even on YouTube, there's a lot of parts of my life you guys don't know about and never will know about, because I know how to make sure that I keep a limit. There has to be a roof. You can't let everything out. And some things don't need to be known or heard or said. But Christians will come in the comment section, or like the heavy duty Christians, the one who really feel this, remember that term, quote unquote, fired up. They'll be all fired up and they'll come in the comment section and start telling me how it's about personal relationship with God and you're supposed to do A, B, C, and D. And I can see how you've fallen away. I can see how the church has hurt you with these videos and blah, blah, blah. You know, they're giving me their little therapy sessions. I'm like, yeah, okay. But it's not personal. It's not. Like, let's just stop saying it's personal and start saying it's not a personal relationship with God. It's a relationship with God, period. Actually, change that. A relationship with God ends everybody else in your church, period. Now, when a Christian says it's a personal relationship with God, they're talking about the God of the Bible. You guys already know I do not believe in the God of the Bible. I don't worship any gods. I don't attribute any credit towards the God in the Bible. I feel more comfortable saying this as time goes on. I don't like the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible does not sound like a fair or just God from anything I've really read. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Now, the God of, I don't know, the creator, whoever created us or whatever created us and the universe and everything around us, I feel I have a personal relationship with. And Christians don't like to hear that. They will say, oh, it's supposed to be a personal relationship with God. You don't have a personal relationship with God. How do you know I don't have a personal relationship with God? I don't talk to you about it because it's personal. I could lie to you and actually have a whole entire relationship with God right now and you wouldn't even know because it's supposed to be personal. I don't need to tell you. It's personal. Just like how much money I make, my salary from my job that I go to every single day. It's personal. These things are personal. I don't share all parts of my relationship on YouTube because it's personal. I don't share everything I've ever gone through in my life because it's personal. I only share what I want to share. That's why it's personal. You understand what I'm saying? So my relationship with God is personal. Now, I know a lot of people won't agree with me, but sometimes when a Christian says, oh, you have to have a personal relationship with God, you have to build a relationship. In my mind, what I really want to say is, I know I have a relationship with God. I have a personal relationship with God. I have my own idea of a personal relationship with God. But you can't say that to most Christians. You can't. And I say most Christians because I do have a lot of Christian subscribers. And I don't like to put everyone in one box because there are people who are open-minded and do think for themselves at least a little bit. So I don't want to put everyone in a box. I don't say what I always am thinking because I'm still learning how to be able to say what I'm thinking without worrying about what the other person is going to say in return or what they're going to think of me. That's just a habit I've always had. I've never done well with having knowledge of people not liking me or not being accepting of me. And as an agnostic, you're kind of just thrown into the fire pit and you have to learn the hard way how to accept that people are not going to accept you. And it's hard because you're going to have people who are going to say things that are going to make you feel bad about yourself sometimes or make you sometimes second guess yourself. And you just kind of have to learn how to be able to say, you know what? People are going to hate that I'm an atheist or people are going to hate that I'm agnostic, but I can't accept everyone's emotions. I need to accept my own. I need to deal with my own. My point is just that for me, the way I see this whole personal relationship thing, if it's personal, let it be personal. Stop telling people what they need to believe. It's not your business. Stop telling people what they shouldn't believe. It's not your business. It's personal. Mind your business. Stop trying to correct everyone or tell everyone how to believe. So if I say that I have my own personal relationship with God, but my idea of God is not the same idea of God that you have, where you have the God of the Bible and I don't have the God of the Bible as my personal relationship and my belief, then that's fine. That's my business. That's not your business. That's nothing for you to be concerned about. And I'm not talking to anyone specifically, just a large group of people who think that they have a right to have a say in what you're supposed to believe. It's okay to disagree and to comment and say, oh, I don't agree with you, this and that, I believe in God and blah, 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 whatever. Okay, that's fine. But if a person approaches you and they're like, I don't know. That whole personal relationship with God thing is, I see it differently than you. I don't see it the way you do. My idea of God is not the same idea of God that you have. My belief is not the same belief that you have. You need to just respect that and move on and just mind your own business. It's really not that hard. I don't know. I'm from New York, so I know how to mind my own business, and I also know how to be nosy without anyone knowing that I'm being nosy, if that makes sense. We know how to mind our own business. We walk down the street, we have to mind our own business. Look straight, don't look at nobody else. You go on the train, the subway, you ride the MTA bus, you know how to mind your own business. And the problem is that people just don't understand in religion how to do that. And this is why I removed myself from that community, the religious community, because it gets to a point where sometimes you feel like you can't live your life because someone's always trying to tell you how to live it. It's funny because I just literally, when I said that just now, I just got a memory from like years ago when I was a part of the ICOC, and when I was probably like 1 year in, and I had wrote a Facebook comment. I had asked a question. I had said something about Christians who always want to dictate what you do, what you say, and like how it feels like it's too much. And I was basically asking people in my Facebook post, like, what do you think of this? Do you think this is okay? Is this how it's supposed to be? Because when I joined that church, my idea of religion completely changed. Like, my idea and everything I learned and knew of Christianity totally changed when I became a member of that church. It totally changed. And I was just like, wow, okay. So is this how it's supposed to be? Like, are people supposed to tell me what to do all the time? Or are people supposed to try to direct my movement and my decisions all the time? Because I'm not feeling this. This is not the type of life I want to live. Some people remain in churches like that because they're okay with living their life like that. They become immune to it. They don't care. They think this is what the price of being a Christian comes with, and I'm happy with this because this is what God wants, and whatever God wants, I want. Bull crap. Whatever God wants, you don't want. You just say that because you think that that's your ticket to heaven. Let's just be real. But that's another video for another day. Maybe that should be the next video. Christians being more honest. I just believe that people need to mind their own business. Like I said, it's really not that hard. Whatever you believe God to be, or your relationship with God, if you feel you have a relationship with God, that's your business. If you don't have a relationship with God because you don't believe in any God, then that's also your business. Really, no one can tell you anything because that's your decision. Whatever consequences we face in every part of our life. So if there really is a hell, that's for you to face. That's for me to face. I think the idea of hell is stupid. It's like, oh, you better believe in me or you're going to this place. But like I said, that's also another conversation. I really don't even want to talk about hell, to be honest. I already did a video on that. If you didn't see a video, then I'll put it at the end of this video so you guys can see my thoughts about hell and heaven. Just know that everyone is different. And if a relationship with God is supposed to be personal, let it be personal. Don't insert yourself into other people's personal lives unless they actually want you to insert yourself because they're opening the door for you to come and insert yourself. Allow people to be individuals and to be different and to be themselves and to have creativity. Everyone has their own strengths to add, their own skills, their own creative thoughts. Everyone is an individual. If we have more individuality in religion would never be the same. If you're allowed to be yourself without so much backlash, you'd be fine. But a lot of people don't want to be a part of your religion or your church, maybe because they don't feel like they have any privacy and they can't enjoy their life because someone's hovering down their neck all the time, trying to breathe all over their neck, telling them what to do, how to dress, where to go, what to say, who to hang out with, who to marry, who to date, who not to date, who not to marry, who not to hang out with. My idea of who God is my business. It's gonna differ from yours, but that's your business. And let's just keep it at that. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, then give me a thumbs up, please. Please, please, please. And also, like I said before, don't be afraid to subscribe and press the bell notification button as well, so you know whenever I'm putting out a new video. Make sure that you check out the Beautiful Souls group if you feel like you need a safe community of people that you can relate with and help you to get to healing. Check out my Be Souls merch down below in the description box as well. If you have any video requests, you can either email me or you can hit me up on social media. I personally prefer social media because I respond to that way quicker. And if you need any advice or like any detailed advice, then I do phone calls with people. Speak to me personally and try to book something. All right, guys. Love you all so much, all so much. I will talk to you in the next video. See you later.